The question is how to study for long periods of time. That is very good. So having that, this question itself is very, very good. So that means there is desire, a thirst for knowledge, which is very, very important. Now we equate knowledge with money, but that way you don't need to study for long periods of time, or you know, it's not just about ambition. So the desire to gain knowledge is fundamental, it's primary. But once you have the desire, if you need to study, focus for an extended period of time, that requires a certain understanding of how these cognitive functions work. Neuroscience, cognitive skills. Towards that specifically, if we look at how our intelligence operates, specifically we look at two kinds of movements. One is a translational cognitive movement. Another is a depth cognitive movement. So these are orthogonal to each other. So the translational cognitive movement actually helps you set goals, targets, move from one to the other, jump from one to the other. Most of us get trained in these. In fact, our current society emphasizes this too much, overemphasizes on this. And hence we see always a certain jumping from one to the other. This will not allow you to settle down and go deep. So the depth cognitive movement is very critical if you need to study for long periods of time. And again, when we say time, the translational movement of intelligence gives you this quality of objective time. You can see time in terms of, now half an hour, I have done this. Next half an hour, this. It'll let you multitask, jump from one task to the other, keeping track of objective time. So it's translational cognitive movement of your own intelligence. But that's not what we are interested in for this, to study for extended periods of time. That means it needs to be immersive study. When we talk of immersion, then you should not jump the cognitive movement. If it is translational, it will not let you immerse yourselves. It will let you jump from one to the other. That is one specific skill. But for this, you need another skill, which is a depth movement of your cognitive processes or your intelligence. So it should go deep. This is a different kind of time. It's called subjective time. It's a subjective flow, which gives you that immersiveness. That is an objective movement. Objective time. Clockwise time. But this is a subjective movement where you are immersed in it, and hence the flow of time is different. It dilates. You don't even observe the flow of time. This is similar to what happens with meditation, for example. For extended periods, if you need to meditate, you're exactly doing the same thing. That subjective immersion is to do with the depth movement of your cognitive functions. So when your intelligence moves in depth, that is very critical for studying extended periods of time. So you have this desire, this thirst for knowledge, and then you let yourselves immerse in the subject matter. And hence, you record time in terms of subjective events of cognition, of knowledge. Knowledge awakens in you, and that is the time that is recorded. So it's not objective time, half an hour. This is very critical to understand. See, for example, 4 years of BTech degree, you get a degree, but do you have that knowledge? That knowledge is to do with the orthogonal movement in subjective time, where time is in terms of knowledge awakening, while objective time is in terms of degree. Both are important. Both are different cognitive functions. So this is critical to understand. So once you understand this, then there is also this expectation management, where you will see that if the subject matter, different types of subjects require different types of cognitive skills, cognitive functions. Some, let's say mathematical. Some others, abstract thinking. Not that mathematics cannot be abstract, don't get me that way. But different cognitive functions are involved. And hence, what is your orientation? What is your background? That also needs to be taken into account to set your expectation. Otherwise, you might have expectations which don't match the baseline. So once everything is set, you have that desire for knowledge, and you are ready to immerse yourselves in that process. Your expectation is broad, not very objective. Then you will see your body needs to be comfortable. If you have overeaten, depth will really take you deep, So that's not what we want. But reverie is okay. So, light stomach. And your breathing, if it is rhythmic, deep, you will see, actually, you will feel peaceful, ready to get immersed. That's very important. And you start with a smile. You start to smile, feeling good about pursuing knowledge, because that's the greatest thing that can happen to anybody. So you have a smile. Think about the subject matter, whatever comes to your mind, in a relaxed manner, and dive in. So may Saraswati Devi bless you.